Because quiet as it's kept, I truly believe that everybody on the show are little lesbians or bisexual or something. Like, why are you asking about the proclivities of my husband? Why are you so concerned? Oh, that's right, because you don't have a husband. You don't have. Your kids are 2 seconds away from coming out the door. They don't want nothing to do with you, and so you have to like leech on to everyone else's marriage, and it's pathetic. What is going on, my beautiful stones and gems? Hello. Welcome back to the Mama Medusa Show. I am your host, Miss Mama Medusa, aka Medusa Show Off, and this is the Medusa Show. Make sure y'all get this video a thumbs up, like the video, comment, let me know you stopped by, and let's just jump right into it. I don't really have nothing to talk about, and this episode was boring. It was a filler episode. So the episode starts off with Karen and Giselle, right? And they're basically gossiping and setting up the scene for this lesbian homoerotic BS that we have with Jacqueline and Mia. And I personally, my thing is this: do you want in on the lesbian activities or not? Because if not, then I'm not understanding why y'all keep on talking about it. Like, who cares? Okay, Mia and Jackie have messed around. Big freaking deal. Big whoop. We all know someone who, has messed around with their friends. It's not that serious. And to me, the fact that y'all are so interested in it, to me, it signifies that you're interested because you want in on it. You want to do it with them. Because quiet as it's kept, I truly believe that everybody on the show are little lesbians or bisexual or something. Like, I don't, okay. I think half the women on these shows are either lesbians or in open relationships, but that's just my personal opinion. So that's that. So they start off talking about that, and then we go on to Wendy. Let's get Wendy out the way. Wendy is killing herself slowly, or you can't say killing yourself. Okay, so Wendy is unaliving herself slowly. With her for what? And it's like, I like Wendy, don't get me wrong, I do, but I just don't care to watch this self-induced pain that you have put on yourself. Drink some water, take your medicine, and sit your ass down. I don't understand. Maybe, and I don't mean to be insensitive, but that's I think it's like something. I think it's in the Nigerian thing. Like, Nigerian people, they strive to be the best, and they like to believe that they're better than everybody, and that's fine. Literally, nobody thinks that but them. I'm not trying to be xenophobic or anything, but I just feel like this is something that my Black American brain cannot comprehend. This notion of like neglecting to take care of yourself just so you can reach some unattainable goal. For what? Just so you can throw in our face that you have multiple degrees. Girl, okay. At the end of the day, it is your obligation to be here for your kids, and your kids are the one who have to, who are gonna suffer if they mammy is not here. So I don't care. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy watching Wendy's family and her family dynamic. I think that her daughter is so cute. The little chocolate drop. All of her kids are adorable. We're gonna talk about kids in a second. Speaking of funny looking kids, child, we're gonna get to in a minute. Because anyways, but yeah, I just this shit with Wendy, I'm sorry, it's hard for me to sympathize with it, to empathize with it. Like, you have money, you have resources, and you're just hurting yourself for what? I don't get it. Somebody, if you are of the Nigerian culture, please comment below and let me know what this is about. I just think this is an unnecessary storyline, but I do think that it is somewhat needed because, we can talk about how Black women be overworking themselves, but at the same time, I don't want to talk about that on Housewives. I want to talk about the mess. Okay? So that's that. I think, but I love Wendy's family. Love her mammy. Her mammy is funny as shit, and I would like to see Wendy interact with more of the castmates as opposed to seeing her doing solo shit. Okay, cool. Moving on, we see Ashley. Speaking of kids and funny looking kids, I don't know. Listen, I don't like to talk about kids. I don't. It's a sensitive topic. But is it just me or are Ashley's kids funny looking? Like, I'm not gonna say that they ugly, but they funny looking, especially that older one. He looks mean. Like, ooh, I don't know. It's like he has like a grown man's face. You know what it is? He looks like Michael Darby, and Michael Darby scares me. Y'all remember when somebody, I forgot who it was, but somebody was like, yeah, you look just like, Ashley Darby's kids look just like their daddy. And then Ashley was offended by it. That shit was funny. Anyways, that's that. Moving on. Who's next? Because this episode was like all over the place. I think the next thing was the live show, right? Before we get to live show, we also see Candiace in her music video with Trina. Shout outs to Candiace. Candiace is like a legitimate artist. I'm not sure if there's any. I think the only person who actually had like an actual song, well, obviously Kim Zolciak, but what was the girl? It's expensive to be mad. Like that's about it. There are a lot of these housewives. They splash in with the music, but it seems like Candiace is like a legitimate artist. And you know what? I respect her artistry. I also respect that it's nice to see how far she's come along in the game. Last year, they were saying that, just last season, they were saying that her music video was low budget. And now we see that the budget has increased. Okay. The budget is there. The talent is there. And I'm here for it. I'm really proud of Candiace. It's just, it's so funny. These other non-black women or half black women, they on here and they make their little piece of shit ass music, these little jingle jangles, and like, no, it's like this woman is making an actual body of work, and I appreciate her for that, and I feel like she doesn't get enough recognition. With that being said, let's move on to these live shows. Child, this is completely out of order, just so y'all know. So basically, they're talking about this live show, and they have it at the Fillmore in Silver Spring. Shout out to Silver Spring, Maryland. That's where I'm from. I'm very familiar with that area. And I don't understand why they chose to have it at such a large venue. I mean, don't you see the ticket sales? Like, you see how many people bought the tickets. So you have to anticipate how many people. This is just the business mind, the businesswoman in me. You have to see how many people bought the tickets. So you have, a guesstimate or anticipate. You have to have anticipated how many people was going to come at the show. Why the hell would y'all book out a 200 plus venue if only 50 people was going to show up? That now you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm sure y'all could have just got a smaller room to make it look, more intimate or what have you, or more interactive. Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, at the end of the mother effing day, the market is there, the customers are there. Like, y'all are putting out a product. The product is the Reasonably Shady podcast, and people clearly want to see it. And I think that even though I wouldn't see it, you couldn't pay me to go support anything that Giselle or Robin was a part of. I still think that is something, that should be acknowledged. What I don't appreciate is Karen, hating ass Karen. Like, Karen, you are a hater, and it's just like, you make it hard to feel happy for you. I did not like Karen. Karen was getting on my nerves this episode. Like, she just came in from the jump with like a negative Nancy. I'm sorry, Karen triggered me this episode because she did what like a lot of older black women be doing, which is like sunning younger black women, even though Giselle and Karen are pretty much the same age or around the same age or both in their 50s. Still, it's just the principle of you coming to support an event and talking shit the entire time. Like, that's so unattractive to me. And I mean, with friends like that, who needs enemies? I don't know. I did not like that. I didn't appreciate it. It was just given very much so. Karen, I don't know what you thought you were gonna come off as, but this episode, it just came off like you just being an old bitter black woman, like bitter black Betty, mad at the young girls, always got something to say. Like the fact that you literally took out notes and was like, okay, things not to do at my show. Well, why don't you get a show first? How about that? Why don't you put that at the top of your list? How about you get a show? How about you come up with an original idea? Because let's call a thing, Karen. Like you're not entertaining. You're not funny. You and Giselle strive off of toxicity. If Giselle was not on this show, Karen, you would not have a storyline. Let's be very clear. We don't watch the show for you. We watch the show to see you and Giselle get into it. And even that is tiresome after a while. Okay? So calm down and humble yourself. I didn't like that. Karen got on my nerves this episode. She just was taking notes and annotating the whole time, all the things not to do. It was giving hater vibes, old, bitter Betty vibes, and I didn't like that. Okay, cool. The Reason We Shady podcast, I mean, it looked boring, but at the end of the day, I'm not about to hate. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I personally think that, like, what they had would have been better for, like, I don't know. I would, they're not the type of people that should put on something like that. Honestly, that type of shit is better for content creators like myself, TikTokers, YouTubers, people who are entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Robin and Giselle are not entertaining. They're not. You know, they're fun to watch on TV when they're arguing with each other or arguing with other people. But as far as them, you know, hosting shows, but you know, these light-skinned women think that just because they're light-skinned with light eyes that they're qualified to do any and everything. So that's that. All right, cool. Next, they go to the Reason We Shady podcast. The shit was what it was. And then at the end, they had Giselle pulls Mia to the side. No. Hold on. I'm jumping ahead. So basically throughout the episode, Karen has spoken to Mia and questioned her about her taking showers with Tacky Jackie. Again, why do you care? Why do you care about what this grown woman is doing with her coochie and another woman's coochie? Like, do you want your coochie ate? Then Giselle's asking Mia, well, did G buy Jacqueline a car? Why do you care, Giselle? Do you want G to buy you a car? Like that's the energy that I would have served back to Miss Giselle. Like, why are you asking about the proclivities of my husband? Why are you so concerned? Oh, that's right, because you don't have a husband. You don't have shit. Your kids are 2 seconds away from coming out the door. They don't want nothing to do with you. And so you have to like leech on to everyone else's marriage. And it's pathetic. It really is. So they're questioning Mia about her, you know, about the ins and outs of her relationship with Tacky Jackie. And Mia is kind of answering the questions, kind of not. Like, she's giving us information, and it's like the more information she gives us, the more confusing it is. I wish that they would just say what it is instead of like tiptoeing around it. But I wasn't born yesterday. I'm a smart girl. I can figure it out. You and Jackie are clicking. Hold up. Here we go. Y'all doing that. My hand's a little ashy. But y'all doing that. Okay? Y'all kitty clicking. Coochie licking. Tongue wrestling. That's what they're doing. And it's okay. Like, I don't care. That's y'all business. I don't want to see the visual. I don't need you to paint me a pretty picture. Like, can we move on? I'm ready for the reunion. I'm ready for the reunion because this is so stupid. Anyways, child. So I'm jumping back and forth, but Karen was asking Mia earlier in the episode, you know, the ins and outs of her relationship, and she was saying, you know, oh, I took a flashlight and I put the flashlight on into her vagina, which, I mean, maybe I'm telling too much of my business, but never mind. I'm not even gonna do that. But I'm just like, okay, we've all done some like gay stuff with our friends, or is it just me? I mean, just like, but it's not a big deal. Like, we're girls, like, not gay stuff, but like, yeah, like, I've been naked around my friends before. I don't be taking showers with my friends. That's a little weird. But at the same time, even if I did, like, so, hey, listen, it just goes to show how comfortable you are with your friends. Me and my friends, we have seen each other's titties. We've seen each other naked, and it's really not. We're all girls, so that's how I looked at it. But whatever. What? So then somehow, some way, Karen asked her. She's like, okay, so we know that y'all sleep. Y'all have brought third parties into the bedroom with you and G, right? And Mia confirms that she's had she's brought other people into the bedroom. They didn't say if it was men or women. Let's talk about this. Let's get this out the way because this is getting a little lengthy. This narrative that the housewives are trying to give, like, it's same thing with this narrative that Ashley, Mia, and we saw it on Housewives of Atlanta too, with that girl who was dating the dude from New Edition who was married to him. This narrative that, we have this open relationship and I'm bisexual and I bring in other women, but we're not bringing in other men, it's cap. I don't believe it. I don't believe that y'all, and if that is the true tea, especially considering the fact that y'all are married to older men, you cannot tell me that. So you mean to tell me, okay, I get it. You're bisexual, cool. So you're being satisfied. The women that you're sexually attracted to are satisfying you on one hand, but what about the men? This narrative that like, we're not bringing in other men and it's only exclusive to women, I don't believe that. Okay, so if you're gonna tell it all, because I don't believe that y'all aren't sleeping with other men if y'all sleeping with women too. And if you are, you a fool. I would not agree to that. I don't know why y'all be letting y'all husbands talk y'all into being like lesbians and having lesbianic, homoerotic ass interactions with other women, but then y'all can't go out and get some with another man. Either if we're bringing in third parties, we bring into the relationship. It's not just to satisfy my husband. I'm gonna be satisfied too, or we're not gonna do it at all. Hello, but maybe that's just different for me because anyways, I'm listen, but I don't believe this. So I guess so. It's been confirmed that G and Mia are having sex with men or with other people. Mia likes to watch, and again, that's her business. I don't know why. I just wish that some of these women would just keep their personals personal. And if you're gonna tell it, then tell it. Stop beating around the goddamn bush. Okay, cool. Then it's revealed. So fast forward, right? I didn't gave you the backstory. So now we're at the live show. And Giselle is literally salivating. She's way too interested, again, in Mia and G's relationship. And she's like asking her, I heard that y'all was taking showers together. I heard that G bought you a car, like, which was a reach. Mia never said that G bought Jacqueline a car. So I don't understand why we had to talk about it for like fucking 10 minutes on this episode. Like, and again, who cares? Like, why do you care so much, Giselle, with your gay ass, with your fucking lonely ass? Like, anyways, so they sit around and talk about that. And I'm sorry, like, just the way my womanhood is set up, I'm not about to answer to Giselle. Who the fuck is Giselle? She's nobody. You're not finna question me about my marriage. You're not about to question me about the ins and outs of my relationship with my friend. Like, and I don't owe you an explanation because I can turn around and ask you. Well, let's like, see that. That's what I don't understand. I'm like, why don't they? Giselle ain't no innocent person. Didn't your husband have children on you? Wasn't you in an open relationship at one point too, bitch? Let's talk about that. Let's get into the ins and outs of that. I would love to hear those details. Okay. Like, I don't think these girls, why they be acting like they acting like Giselle is they scared of her or something. She can't fight. She ain't finna bust a grape. Like, I don't know why they be letting this bitch punk them like that. Anyways, child. So that was that. Giselle asked about 21 questions about the nature of Mia and Jackie's relationship, and no answers were presented. Like Mia and Jackie just kind of answered around the question. So I guess we're gonna have to talk about this for another episode. I just wish that they would just answer the questions or just shut the fuck up. Like it's episode 11. We are 11 episodes and we've been watching this shit for months now, and y'all still not telling us nothing. Y'all just keep on just giving us little crumbs here and there, and it's tired. Okay, we get it. You and Jackie had sex. Okay, cool. Can we move on? And that's about it. Next episode looks like it's gonna be a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this. Y'all be sure to like this video, comment below, tell me what you want to hear, what you want to see next. And I will be back for some more. I was actually avoiding doing this review because this episode was so lackluster, but I'm proud of myself. Pass on the back. I'm proud of myself for pulling through. So I'll be back for some more. All right, y'all. Deuces.